I murdered 30 people, including my own grandmother. The Tsuyama massacre was a revenge killing committed by an itinerant assassin on May 21, 1938, in the rural village of Kumo near Tsuyama in Okayama, then in the Empire of Japan. A 21-year-old murdered 30 people, including his grandmother, with a shotgun, a katana, and an axe, and seriously wounded 3 others before killing himself with the shotgun. Hi everyone, I'm Mutsuo Toi, and I want to share my story. I was born on March 5, 1917, in Okayama Prefecture. He had well-to-do parents. They died of tuberculosis when I was still a baby, so my older sister and I were raised by our grandmother. I was originally outgoing, but at 17 I became socially withdrawn after my sister got married in 1934. He was interested in the story of Sada Abe, a prostitute who, in May 1936, strangled her lover and then cut off his penis. So I started writing a novel. I participated in crawling at night, an ancient Japanese rural custom that involved crawling into young women's dormitories at night to seek sex. From my suicide notes it appears that after May 1937, when I was diagnosed as having tuberculosis, the young women of the village refused to have sex with me. So, in a cholera outbreak, one night I cut the electricity line to the village of Kumo on the evening of May 20th, leaving the community in the dark. Around 1:30 a.m. on May 21st, I killed my 76-year-old grandmother by decapitating her with an axe. Then I tied 2 lanterns to my head and prowled around the village like a young man engaged in crawling in the night, entering my neighbors' houses. I killed 29 locals with a katana. 27 died at the scene of the incident, while 2 others were mortally wounded, later dying. I also seriously wounded 3 others in an hour and a half using a shotgun, a Japanese sword, and an axe. This was almost half of the residents of the small village. At dawn I committed suicide by shooting myself in the chest. Before that, I left many written notes revealing that I was concerned about the social impact of my tuberculosis, which in the 1930s was an incurable fatal disease. I felt that my young neighbors had become cold toward me once they learned of my illness, and that I was despised for being so hypersexual, and I also stated in the notes that the neighbors insulted me and treated me badly after learning that I had tuberculosis. Out of revenge, I decided to sneak into their homes and kill them, waiting for the moment when the women would return to their homes. My mental and physical deterioration was known to the neighbors, and a few days before the massacre, when I threatened some neighbors and admitted my plan, they called the police who came to my house, confiscated a gun and revoked my gun license. However, I prepared swords and secretly bought a shotgun. He regretted not being able to shoot some people he cherished, because it would have involved murdering people he considered innocent. This prevented him from slaughtering the entire village, which he could have done. I killed my grandmother because I couldn't bear to leave her alive and have to face the shame and social stigma that being the grandmother of a murderer would cause her. My story hit the big screen in 1983. A Japanese film, based on my massacre, where a terrible event occurred. The actor who played me committed suicide by hanging himself on March 25, 2003, 20 years after the release of the film. Do you think it was a coincidence? Let me know in the comments. Subscribe and activate the campaign so you don't miss out on the next story. If you like these stories, leave a like and share this video. It's just 2 clicks and you help us a lot. Thank you for watching the video to the end.